when we're talking about BAH fraud, whether it's intentional or unintentional, what happens with all that money that they are accused of being? Are they responsible for that, or do they have to pay it back? How does that work?
Yeah, a service member is going to be responsible to pay it back. I mean, think about any time you've been overpaid by the military. Anytime they will take that money out immediately. I mean, if you've been
Mm-hmm.
overpaid, you get a no pay due like next month or the next paycheck or next pay period. Now, I always say contrast that to when the military owes you money. It takes months for the military to pay you money if you've on travel claims or whatever it is. But if they think you have been overpaid, you'll get a no pay due tomorrow and be eating ramen noodles and hanging out at the chow hall or the DFAC the entire month. It's really no different with this. So if the military says in DFAS, if they say you stole or we think you're overpaid, let's just $80,000, let's just use that number, they're going to put a debt on your account of $80,000. And so you are going to get the big no pay due for the rest of your career, probably. Because let's say you make $5,000 a month, and a lot of service members don't, but let's just say that you do. I mean, so you're going to get no pay due then, for until that's paid off, like
For a year and a
16 months
half,
or whatever
for
it is.
about a good year and a half on that.
For a year and a half. And
If you are at a $5,000 a month pay rate, for sure.
Yeah, if you are, and a lot of service members are not. If you're
Gosh,
a young,
imagine like an E3 or an E4 or something like that.
If you're an E3 and let's say your pay is $1,500 base pay a month, and you've got $150,000 fraud, I mean, it's like indentured servitude. I mean, you will make gunny and still not be getting paid, although you won't be. I mean, it's crazy.
I don't mean to laugh, but that is kind of funny.
But it's crazy. You see it. I see these no pay dues, and it'll have a debt on there. You look at your LES, and they'll have a debt, right? It'll say, and the biggest one I saw was like $380,000 debt placed on this. It was a staff sergeant's account. I was like, wow, you're going to be. It's like indentured servitude. You're going to be in the military and you're not getting paid anything for a long time. So it's like, now how do they live? Well, I guess I'm moving back in the barracks and eating at the chow hall and driving Uber at night to knock out my cell phone bill. But that absolutely happens. And so let's think about a type of a criminal crime, like OJ, for example. OJ beat the rap on the criminal side. Then he was found guilty on the civil side. And so there may not be a trial. The standard of proof is different. The standard of proof on the criminal side is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. For this debt amount, it's preponderance. And so the standard is much lower. And so what will happen is DFAS will hit you up with a notification of the debt, and you get this little, it's like the IRS hitting you with the debt. It's like the letter you never wanted to get. And it'll be $80,000, $100,000, $160,000, whatever it happens to be. Now, you can fight that. Our office doesn't do this. There are law firms that specialize in this, and we just, because it's civil, we don't handle it. We know how to do it. We just choose not to do that because dealing with them is like dealing with the IRS. It's just a nightmare. If you're involved in BAH fraud, you need to call my office immediately and do a consultation. You can reach us at area code 813-669-3500. Please get on my calendar. We'll schedule a full evaluation of your case. It will be in complete confidence, and we'll come up with a plan for how to deal with your situation.